Hey everyone. So Governor Brian Kemp of Georgia is one of the governors who refuses to mandate any type of shelter-in-place order in order to make sure that people aren't out and about during the pandemic. Now, COVID-19 has already claimed the lives of nearly 10,000 Americans, and this week is expected to be the worst week that we've experienced so far, meaning that the numbers are going to continue to rise. We're going to hear about more people losing their lives as a result. And so all of a sudden, in the middle of this pandemic, when things are incredibly serious and we do not have things under control, Governor Brian Kemp of Georgia has ordered all of the state beaches to open, which has led to local officials calling him out. Some have referred to him as crazy, others have referred to him as stupid, because really you don't want to encourage people to go out there. They still have the guidelines for social distancing, and Governor Kemp has asked for non-essential businesses to shut down, but there is not a statewide shelter-in-place order. And honestly, you really need leaders in these states to issue those types of orders so people take the virus seriously and they don't go out there in public and either contract the virus or spread the virus. Now, it's really weird that he would do this, but remember, Governor Kemp is also the person who felt comfortable admitting to the world last week that he had just found out that asymptomatic individuals can spread the virus. He had just found out about that, even though we had known for months. In fact, as early as January, Anthony Fauci was telling the media about asymptomatic patients and how they could spread the virus. Now, he has essentially said that the state beaches need to open, and the mayor of Tybee Island, her name is Shirley Sessions, she's nonpartisan, her role is meant to be nonpartisan even though she's a mayor. When she found out about this, she condemned it. She was extremely angry about it because it's going to put people's lives in danger. And she even wrote a letter denouncing Governor Kemp's decision to do this. I want to read you a portion from her letter. She says, as the Pentagon ordered 100,000 body bags to store the corpses of Americans killed by the coronavirus, Governor Brian Kemp dictated that Georgia beaches must, and this is true, must reopen, and declared any decision makers who refuse to follow these orders would face prison and/or fines. So not only do these state beaches need to open, any type of local official who says, no, this is putting people's lives in danger, I'm not going to do that, is going to be met with these aggressive actions, including possible prison time and fines. She also continues to write, the health of our residents, staff, and visitors are being put at risk, and we will pursue legal avenues to overturn his reckless mandate. Since he's the governor, his order here really does supersede any of the guidelines, mandates, regulations that municipalities might have passed or implemented in response to COVID-19. Mayor Sessions also says, we don't have lifeguards on our beaches yet. And if people decide to go into the ocean, there's an accident, something really tragic, Tybee is going to be in a very bad position. So she's raising a very legitimate issue in that, hey, these beaches have been closed for a good reason. Now you have the governor demanding that they reopen immediately. If we don't open them immediately, we might be met with fines or possible prison time, prosecution. Think about how insane that is. But here's the problem. We don't even have lifeguards there yet to ensure that people are safe. So Kemp responded to this by just posting a picture of some of the beaches to show how empty they are. But that doesn't matter, right? Like snapping a photo at one given time doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to continue staying away from the beaches, especially when the top guy in charge in that state is essentially communicating, hey, we're opening up the beaches, have at it, have a good time. Just make sure that you don't gather in groups of 10 or more people. No, disaster. Meantime, in states like California, if people want to go out in the public, you should be wearing a mask. There are places like Riverside County that have mandated it, meaning that you cannot be out in public or in a grocery store unless you're wearing a mask. And these, they might seem aggressive actions, have helped to keep the virus relatively under control in states like California. And it's important for us to follow these guidelines, to follow these mandates, and to really look to strong leadership to get everything under control. Unfortunately, we don't have strong leadership when it comes to some of these red states, certainly not in Georgia with Governor Kemp. We unfortunately don't have strong leadership in the White House when it comes to Donald Trump and his unbelievably unprepared response to all of this. And aside from being unprepared, unfortunately, we're dealing with a situation where some of our leaders, both on a state and federal level, are just plain incompetent and do not care about the lives of their fellow Americans. They just care a lot more about pursuing, what's best for businesses and doing what it takes to at least give the optics of having things under control in order to save their own political careers. And I think that that is the complete antithesis of what real leadership is.